So freaking lootly.
Right? Do you? What
Yeah, no,
what finger are you scratching your eye with? Oh my goodness. Well, good evening, everybody. I am Gina B.
and I'm Mama D.
What a lovely Mama D. We are in
Cheers.
a very silly mood tonight, but we're going to have a great show for you tonight. We
Yes.
have Pat Alva-Kraker. She is in the green room waiting for us and enjoying our snacks and everything that we left for her down there. Not really.
George ate them all the last time he was here. What can I say?
That's true. That's true. But like always, I will play the intro video for her, and as soon as it ends, she will be with us. Good evening and welcome to the Fox Den. I am Gina B, here with Mama D, and tonight our guest is author and advocate for living an empowered life, Pat Alva-Kraker. After a 35-year career in the male-dominated IT industry, Pat was faced with a series of challenges that altered her professional life forever. She was let go from a major technology company. Her husband of 22 years suddenly passed away. Their shared business had to close its doors. And now Pat is not only a breast cancer survivor, but a breast cancer thriver. At this juncture, Pat stepped onto her own journey to elation. Along the way, she realized she can inspire other women to own their feminine power and create a successful business and lifestyle. Pat Alva-Kraker is the author of the #1 bestseller, Katherine's Quest, One Woman's Journey to Elation. Today, Pat Alva-Kraker travels the country and the world, live and virtually, assisting women business owners and entrepreneurs alike to overcome any obstacles, stay heart-centered, scale their business with ease and grace, and affirming their right to financial freedom while creating a life they love. For more info, you can visit her website at www.majesticcoachinggroup.com. We welcome you to the Fox Den, Pat. And there she is.
Oh,
Hi.
hello,
It's so great to have you with us. You know,
I'm so happy to be here.
we had a little, I mean, it was like it was meant to be because over the weekend our messages finally connected about, doing a
Yay!
test for the show and why we do a test for the show. What happened last week, Mama, with not doing a test? We
no video.
Yes, we had
Just
no
Oh,
video.
bummer.
We had no video from a guest, and we had just the little bleeping avatar guy down there. So that's why we
we
like to
have
do tests.
this.
Yes,
Blah
we had
blah
that.
blah blah.
Mhm.
But I'm cute.
And we don't like that. We like to see faces. So we were doing the
Ah,
test, and we actually had our schedules. You had it on Wednesday, and I had it on Tuesday.
mhm.
So thank God.
Yep.
But what a great conversation we had. The
We
other
did.
day. Yeah,
Yes.
connected instantly. Like she is just one of us, Mama. She is
Mhm.
really.
Oh, poor her.
I know. I, she's gonna fit right in.
I am gonna fit right in.
So this is what we're gonna do tonight for you guys. Tell your people. The second hour, we're gonna pull some cards for you all. We all are, because Pat does that as well, and I have my fairy cards, and I have my moonology cards, and I even got some animal cards for
I have
you
my business
special.
cards.
And Mama D's got all
Those are
kinds.
needed.
Mama D's got so many cards.
Mama D's in a mood, so people just forgive me. I'm being a
Nudge,
petulant child, okay?
nudge.
A nudge. I'm being a nudge. That's the
But
word.
you know what? You know what I can do to nudges? Silence their mic.
Oh.
I know. Oh, see? Oh. I will not silence you again, Mama. But we are. So we are going to talk first, the first hour about Katherine's Quest, her book, her life, and what she's done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, from the video, hi June and hi Michelle. From the video though, how
Yeah.
close is Katherine's Quest to your real life? because there's some similarities going on here.
There are some similarities. There are some similarities. Well, definitely there was a change in my career. So she lost her business, and I definitely lost my business when my husband died, as well as being laid off. So that change of your passion and what you thought your career would be just disappears in front of you, and you just have to pivot. Um, and she lost her husband through a divorce, and I lost my husband through his passing. And that caused regrouping. I was left with running a 200-acre exotic animal ranch while I was working full time. So,
what kind of exotic animals?
so we had birds from Australia and South America. We had different types of exotic pigs, exotic peacocks. We had horses and donkeys. We had all kinds of fowl, ibex, rheas and emus, and an ostrich. So it was an amazing experience, and the animals taught me a lot.
Oh,
They're very nurturing.
Okay, are peacocks as loud as they show on TV shows?
Yes, they are.
All uppity. Okay, I have a mule.
You have a mule?
Otherwise known as a jackass. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the living room. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I'm kidding.
But I can mama aside, I can honestly relate because I lost my husband. And we had a business. Well, our businesses were intertwined. His business was his, and I had two. A cleaning business and an interior design decorating business, but he had a construction company. So like I would design say an addition, he would build it, I would finish it, paint it, and clean it up. You know what I mean? So like he had the construction debris cleanup, and they had the cleanup. So it was like a real full package.
For sure.
The whole deal. And then he suddenly just passed away. And you're left with everything to deal with, including the funeral we weren't ready for. I don't know if you were, but we certainly were not. We would have been had he not argued with the poor woman that came over to sell us our plots. He did. He was very boisterous, very loud man. And he was not in a good mood when he came in. He just was... So it would have cost me like $5,000, ended up costing me $17,000 in the end.
Oh, joy!
Yeah. So
lessons, right? Lessons learned.
Yeah.
Share with others.
Yeah. So if that's a lesson, that you can learn through me, get you plot. The certainties in life are death, taxes. One of them are going to go away.
Planet.
Exactly.
Planet.
Yep. So, and it's a lot less expensive when you have it previously. But,
Yes.
Yeah, but dealing with that stuff though, you had an IT business too, or you
I was in the IT industry.
Yes,
I was in the IT industry as an international project manager. I was working for Lockheed Martin Aeronautics at the time. Yes. So my history in corporate is 35 years in the IT industry.
Wow. So we could pick the brains about how to fix our computers.
Aside from throwing them out the window?
Yeah.
Although there are days where we all feel like that, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have two dead ones over here. I just
but I'm in Canada, so I want to throw my internet out the window as well.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's the internet. We just bumped up ours internet. I hope it's working. I don't know. I don't see a difference, but I'm not an IT person. I don't get it. I have my friend Jody who's been in my computer doing all those things, and I'm just like, I don't know what she's doing. I just sit back and I'll pull it.
Yeah, enjoy.
I don't have the patience. You got to have the patience to sit and work in that field, and I absolutely do not.
You become a very good problem solver.
Well, I can solve
working in the industry.
I'm like, I want instant gratification, not sit there and wait for the stupid thing to spin for 20 years.
I know.
So that's that. I give you kudos for that because you do have to have the patience of a saint.
Yes.
But okay, so now you live through this. You live through losing a job, losing your husband, having to close the business. And what were you thinking? Do you have children?
No children. Like four-legged, just
Yeah, all
four-legged.
the
They
fur
were all our
babies and
kids. Yeah,
fur and
they were all my fur babies. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then what happened with
It's when you get to a point where, a very good friend of mine said, "Okay, Pat, so what are you going to do? Are you going to crawl up in bed and die, or are you going to pick yourself up from the bootstraps
hmm
and keep going?"
hmm
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a very important question that I'm going to need to answer." And I said, "I'm going to pick myself up from the bootstraps and keep on going."
Right.
And I realized that I couldn't do it all. I couldn't have my coaching business and work for corporate and
Do
take
all
care of the ranch.
right.
And at the time when my husband was alive, he was taking care of the ranch, and we had a ranch hand, Randy, who would help us. And he was in a wheelchair at the time. So even with my husband, working at full time, Randy was a great help. When it was just Randy and I was at work, when we had bad weather, when it snowed, when it rained, and when it iced,
You can't do it.
he can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Right.
He couldn't do it. So I had to take a vacation day
Ugh,
every time that happened
yeah.
and feed everybody and make sure everybody was okay, which I love doing because there was such great connection.
Yeah.
But that's not the way you really want it to happen, right? Where you have to be consistently taking a vacation day off or something would happen. And you say, oh, all the donkeys got on the road and, Randy in a wheelchair he cannot corral the donkeys and get them
Yeah.
in. So I have to leave
Ugh,
and go home. Yeah.
not good. Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
From a boss standpoint, I'd be like, yeah, no, you can't keep
Gosh.
leaving. I need you here.
Hmm.
Although you could probably, I mean, IT, you could have done from home.
A lot of IT can absolutely be done from home. I was part of a culture that did not embrace it.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
now everything like, oh yeah, you can,
Now kind of doesn't
because
work.
Now
before they want you
now,
to go in. Yeah, right.
yeah.
Now because of the pandemic, you have to be home, and now everything's like, well, it's mandatory to be home. You know, so you have to work from home. But
Hmm.
lo and behold, yeah. So
I think working from home is more difficult because then you're kind of like on call 24 hours a day. Not really 24 hours, but like you don't have like if you go to an office, you're
Hmm.
9 to 5 and
Hmm.
5 o'clock,
yeah, and you can
I'm
leave
done
it.
and go home. If you're at home, somebody calls it's 5:05. It's like, well, come on, you're at home. I could I could sit down and do this, or
Hmm.
you got nothing
And
better to do, and you do a little bit extra work at home, and so you don't really have a cutoff time.
that is true. And I would say that many of us who are type A, we keep working and we end up working longer and we don't honor our boundaries. And so we end up working more than we really need to because we just can't walk away from well,
Hmm.
let me just check one more email, I
Yep,
don't know what, and it's this, let me check one more email. And there you are, 8, 9, 10 at night, still working.
I know, Mom. I know. I do. Yes,
Yep,
I
somebody
do.
I know does that a lot.
Really?
A
Don't
lot.
say who.
Always.
Yeah, it's those boundaries, we don't have those boundaries.
Yeah, I know you do
Yeah.
it to yourself, but
Hmm.
it's like that consummate overachiever in you.
Yeah,
I
I'm one
want
of
to do a
those.
good job. I want to do a good
Absolutely.
job, and and I put a lot of effort into doing this.
Hmm.
Making the videos and booking the people and all that kind of stuff. Jojo says, "Yo, it's Jojo. Hi, Jojo. Yo."
Hey
Hey
Jojo,
there. Hi
welcome
there.
back to Facebook.
I
Behave
know
yourself, child.
she's yeah, she's back on Facebook. She was in Facebook jail
She
for a
was in
while,
Facebook jail for like a long
long
time.
time.
Oh,
Yes,
I
but
gotta
Yeah,
she
be
used to
careful.
join us. Yeah, she used to join us through the what do you call it?
YouTube.
YouTube lane.
Okay.
But but
Yes, not
but
only me.
this book
Okay.
this book is fantastic for women,
Hmm.
actually for both, but for women.
Yes.
I just loved the little twist too at the end. Yeah,
Ah.
you know, and I'm not gonna say what it is. All right, but it's a all right. Look at it. Right? It is a quick read. It is like
It is.
80, 86, 84 pages long, right?
Yeah, it
That's it.
is.
Quick read. But I'm telling you, the
It's,
information that is in here is priceless.
mhm.
Priceless. And it's told in a story form. So you're learning while getting a story and wanting to know what's going to happen next. So, someone's reading this story and you're just in it. And it's just super cool. It makes for so many aha
Yeah, it does.
moments. And
It
yeah,
does.
it's really great to on a journey to get back to yourself. Basically.
Yes, get back to yourself and become resilient because that's what happens to Catherine, right? In the
Yes,
process of the story, she becomes a resilient woman and more empowered and wiser. And if you connect with the story and follow the Pat's musings, right?
right.
The deep questions that I ask you to think about and the exercises, you transform by the end of the 88 pages. You're a different person.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. I mean, honest to God, I was just sitting back, and everybody that reads it will put themselves in it in one shape or form or
Hmm.
another, like
Yeah.
which island they like the best, you
Yeah.
know. And I like the island where they work.
Oh,
So
yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
it would be hard pressed for me to leave that island,
Hmm.
to go to the next step because that's the way I always say society should work. You know, everybody doing something to benefit the whole,
Hmm.
no money involved,
Exactly.
just because something needs to be done.
Yeah.
And you have that talent to do so, you should do it.
Hmm.
Mm.
It's like a moral obligation.
Yes. And it also is one of, are you using your gifts and your talents to benefit the world?
Right,
Yeah.
Or are you in this job just for the pay and you just hate it every time you go to work? You hate it.
right,
And
right.
you're always a choice as to whether you're going to live through the gifts and talents you were given or you're
Yep,
going to settle.
yep. And the book is great. I mean, it is great for this. It honestly is because you really do. You just think about it, and the answers are like simplified, and like this is doable. This is doable for
Yeah.
everybody. Everybody can achieve this. And now you go around and you help in real life. You are
Yeah.
helping women in their businesses and
Hmm.
mostly in the IT because that's your field,
Hmm.
right? But do you venture out of that
Oh
field as
yeah.
well? So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If someone resonates with my message and what I do and they say I'd like to work with you, I absolutely, say yes. Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
quick question.
Yeah.
Gina, you said that the book was 88 pages.
80, yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
this book
Did
is
you
80,
choose
84.
that number of pages?
Oh, that's interesting.
I have 84.
Yeah, no, I didn't, but it's, infinity, right?
Yeah,
And eight is my favorite number also.
there you go.
Hmm.
That's cute. To
Yeah,
have the
it
double
is.
infinity number.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
JoJo's back on YouTube. Facebook kicked her out and she commented.
Oh, too bad. So sad.
It's
Mm.
okay, she's
Oh
still here.
no! But she's here. See now she's on. See how she's got the little
When
symbol
I
there.
commented,
Now
oh,
We
she's there.
are every.
Yeah. So sorry. So sorry. But
mhm.
but Jojo, you got to stick around at least for you got to stick around the next hour too. You can get some good.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yes. Yes. How we doing on time? Okay. Good.
So
We're
the
good.
thing about working with women is that I worked in a male-dominated field,
Yeah.
and so the reason that I still want to stay in that field and help women who are in that field is because we tend to get lost,
Right.
and we go in with this expectation we're going to make an impact, and then the male-dominated culture, sometimes puts you in this box.
Hmm.
And you start shrinking and you don't bring all of who you are. And sometimes you just feel like you're not sitting at the table, that you're not part of the discussion.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Exactly. And
And
don't
you
I
know how
know
much
it?
I love being put in a box, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Me, me
I
too.
would say not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too, especially being the business owner, yeah, and
yeah,
I was in
Yeah,
construction too, and
and
I would be the one,
and you're exactly.
yeah, leading men. And they did
Hmm.
not like that. A lot of them did not like
No,
that. A lot of them,
no.
I said, you know what? You don't like it. There's the door. You know why? Because I can do your freaking job. All right. So
Hmm.
bye. Unless it was a plumber or an electrician. Then I would be like, all right, well, what can we do to work this out? but but a painter, a plasterer, a framer, all
Hmm.
those guys. All right,
Yeah,
no, you don't like it, leave. I got this.
yeah.
So, but
It is interesting. So, Gina, what was your biggest challenge working in a male-dominated field?
being heard and being
Being seen
respected.
and heard, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
about being seen and heard. And
yeah,
so I help women be seen and heard
yeah.
because so
You
many
know,
times
really
we aren't.
irritates me is you will say something over and over and over and over. And did I mention over again? Okay. One guy will walk in the room and say,
Mhm.
"Oh, hey, I think you should do that first." Oh, yeah, all right, I agree with you.
I know.
Same thing you've been saying, you know, and nothing gets my blood boiling more than that, you know.
Me too.
So what do you suggest though? How do women stand up? Like I didn't have a problem with having a voice, apparently,
Mhm.
and obviously, but
Yeah, so being seen and heard, first of all, is to understand that you have value to begin with.
yeah,
You are a person of value and you value what you bring to the table and you show up saying, I have a place here and I have a gift and I have talents that I'm bringing that none of you have.
amen.
true.
So therefore, I am worthy to be sitting at this table and to be heard. Is really that's one of them is valuing yourself and pay attention. I'd say pay attention to the conversation and see how the men are talking, and start incorporating some of the words that they use in the way that you convey your idea.
Yeah, dumb it down a little bit.
And listen to the words, listen to how they communicate. I feel, I hear, I think, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how they take in information. So you notice how they take information so that when you convey it, they take in what you're saying.
Right.
So if you speak I feel and they speak I think,
Yeah.
it's like
It's
this.
yeah. You gotta
Yeah.
listen. Yeah.
You're talking over each other and the idea doesn't sink in.
Right.
So it's being aware of how they take information and speaking the language that allows them to hear what you're saying.
So in your book, you did mention at one point you were talking internally, and
Mhm.
how did you put it? Allow my mind
You have the
to
analytical, and then you have the intuition, which is the feminine, right? And to allow yourself to bring
the
these two and
yeah,
present yourself to the world from this space instead of having the conversations that's just data and numbers
right.
and shutting your intuitive side down. And we do that.
We
We,
do because we think
we
that that's what we need to do to fit in the man's
exactly,
world, and
exactly.
we don't, and that's such a benefit. That is our
Hmm.
gift as
Hmm.
women because we use both sides of our brain. We do use
Yeah.
our intuition, our gut feelings, and our knowledge, and our heart and soul.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
not saying no men do that. Some men do,
Yes.
some,
Hmm.
but the percentage is not high.
No.
Like I don't
No.
understand how some businessmen make it to the top. Besides having all the people do the work underneath them,
Hmm.
and they have the bucks to do it.
Hmm.
I just don't get it. And I sit there and go, yeah, well, like, and I worked my ass off, my whole life I broke it,
Hmm.
to get ahead, and these people just like breeze through, and that again irks me.
Exactly. It brings back to the point this belief that women have to work harder to get to the same place. And I'm saying, do not embrace that belief.
Yeah.
Do not embrace that you have to work harder than men in order to get to the same place. It's you have to understand your value, and then we have to understand how to work smart.
Right. And be
How-
heard. And be
and be
heard.
heard, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's the entire key. And you go through. All right. You know what? I think this is a good time right here because you are giving some gifts to our listeners.
I am. We
Right
talk about so
here.
one of the chapters, right, is about self care.
Yeah.
And there's one island that specifically talks about the importance of taking care of yourself because you cannot give to others from an empty cup. And so my free gift is 7 self-care habits for the amazing woman.
And you go and you find that at www.majesticcoachinggroup.com /self hyphen care habits. So the actual picture is online. If you are watching or listening to any of our Anchor FM venue um, places, go to our YouTube channel, watch the video. And also, I have it here, right here. So that's the site bigger so that you can see it easier, but it is Majestic Coaching, MAJESTIC Coaching, COACHING group, GROUP.com /self hyphen care habits HABITS. Go get your free thing. I downloaded it today and it's pretty amazing. And it's Bob. Hey, Bob.
Hey
What?
there.
And Darlene put the link in the chat so you can just hit it and go. Right. So yeah, I
Awesome.
downloaded it today and it's really great information. Again, it's nice, simple, great information and things that just make you think and you know, it's
My
it's
grandmother used to
an
tell me,
amazing gift.
she used to tell me, if you don't take care of yourself, who is?
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that and you can't take care of anyone else if you don't take care of yourself.
Right.
And yeah, that's the thing that's been really getting to me. Choking up. I'm like, guys, I'm dying of this cold for the past 2 weeks. My
And you
back is
took away the
killing me.
hashtag?
Oh my god. Ugh, I took everything under the sun again today. It's like, oh my god. Ugh, I need to
That's
take care of
fun.
me. I need to. And but like again, again, it just you just feel like you absolutely can when you read this. Your empowerment starts here,
Hmm.
you know, and let alone if they can work with you, so you can do one-on-one with you,
Hmm.
and you do travel, but it's a lot more virtual now, right?
It's a lot more virtual, absolutely. And one of the things that I've done on my website is I actually bundle that book with a journal,
Nice.
and it comes with affirmation cards.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I didn't
So
get those. How come I don't have those? I
you will
want
get them. You'll get them as a thank you.
I have to order this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And so
awesome.
this is perfect, perfect gift for a woman in your life. Mother's Day, graduations, you name it, birthday.
Absolutely.
I love it. So yes, it's the
I think
bundle.
Yeah, I think a perfect graduation gift, a high
Oh my
school
God.
graduation gift, even a college
Yes.
graduation gift, but a high school for a young girl,
Hmm.
just going out to the world. Oh my God, what a perfect gift. You know,
Hmm.
get her ready for the
At
workforce.
that level, that early on, she'll be amazing.
Right, right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then if you get it and teach your daughter while they're still
While
young,
you're going through it, yeah.
even better still. So, it's great information to have out there. Like,
Yes.
good jobs.
I am paying attention. I'm just doing my technical stuff.
Yeah, sure you are.
Carry on.
I did. I heard about the. You're lucky I'm not going over there ordering it yet. Okay. Hey,
Ah,
Jonice.
I
See, I
don't need
noticed Jonice came. Come here.
right? See, well, that's your job. You're supposed to notice when everyone comes in. So she's doing a
Good.
good job. So, all right, did you have, all right, just getting back to the book though, did you have challenges though while you were writing this?
Yes. It took me six years to write the book.
Wow,
Wow.
really?
It took me 6 years to write it. When I first wrote it, it was 31 soulful practices for women entrepreneurs. There were 31 practices that were all associated with empowerment and resilience and confidence. And when I took the book to the publisher, he said, "You have three books here in one book.
Yeah.
So I want you to take your favorites, and I want you to think of a story around this." And so that's how Catherine's Quest was born. And I will tell you that one of the things that I learned is that a book has its own energy and it knows when it wants to be brought out to the world.
She's
Yeah.
downloading it
And
now.
I was pushing the string. I was pushing it to be born on my timeline, and it wouldn't work. It didn't work. I was frustrated. I stopped and I would say, "I'm done. I'm not going to do it." And then there's this, spirit said, "Yes, you are." And so then I'd take it back out and I'd start writing again. And so, oh my God,
Yep.
writing a book is a
It's
journey on self discovery
Yeah, it
for
is.
sure.
It is because I've been trying to do it for a while, and I will start gung ho, get into it, and then stop. And then when I want to start again, I'm on a whole different viewpoint of it,
Hmm.
and then it's completely different,
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just did that again the other day. I started again, like, all right, well, I'm just going to start from scratch. And it was going fantastic. And then I just stopped and, like, wait, because now I think what I'm doing is the thing that you said, your publisher said to you, you're having more than one book in one thing,
yeah,
So
yeah,
I need to, whether I have to have two or three books going at once, because this is information that should be here, this is
yeah.
information that should be here, and this is information that should be here. So that's the way I think I'm going to have to end up doing it because this brain just doesn't stop.
And the thing is, as a person, you evolve.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
evolve from the time that you started to where you are, and then you read it and you say, "Well, I know more about this topic now," or "I've
exactly.
lived this even to a deeper way. I have another story that really amplifies unraveling and learning from your own experiences." And so then you tend to change it because you become a deeper, more evolved person. And I saw that in me happen.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, it is a process, but
it's a process.
you do advocate the journaling. So hence you
Oh
have the
yeah.
journal and the cards. Journaling is amazing.
Mhm.
I keep trying to tell her she just doesn't want to write. She like refuses. So I
Hey,
just
I'm a redhead. I'm stubborn.
but journaling just is such a just every day if you could just take 5 minutes of every
That's
day
it.
and write some stuff down, it gets out of here, it gets on a paper, and and you're like free to move on.
Absolutely. And I do agree. Journaling is probably one of the best ways that you learn about yourself and you grow. So when one of the things that I taught in the book about journaling is that to make it easy, 5 minutes, and just ask yourself three questions every time you write. One, what did I learn today? What went well? What didn't go so well? And what will I do differently? So you learn from each day and you make a decision that, oh, I picked this up. Now I know how to better do X, Y, and Z. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to behave differently. I'm going to make this kind of decision. And so you really grow every time you journal.
Exactly. And you know what I learned today? One, I what did I do today? I picked up my dog. What did I learn? Don't pick up your dog when your back hurts. Because I dropped my dog.
Oh,
Not far, just a little bit off the ground, but she weighs like 50 pounds for a little teeny. No,
oh,
she's
that's
like 18, 14, 15 pounds. I don't know. She's big for Papillon. She's big. But yeah, my back was gonna go out, and I couldn't pick her up, and yeah, so I learned that again today. Oh, you know what? I have to put this up. Logan saw we were on and wanted to pull cards again, and that's what he associates with you. He pulled a card for Gina first. He chose the Zen Cohen cards. Oh, cool!
Oh,
We're
nice.
pulling cards in the second hour. We are, and that's coming up at after our ads play. So a little after 9 o'clock, we're going to be pulling cards. So will you let him stay up that late and let Logan? You know,
Explain
Logan.
to Pat who Logan is.
Logan is the son of Mary Jane, a friend of mine. He is. Aw. All right.
He'll
Well,
be
then
in
you
bed.
know what? Can I wonder if you can send a picture? Maybe. Aw, you gotta let him. You gotta let him. Um, ask him if he can pull a card not only for me, but if he can pull a card for JoJo in our chat room.
Oh,
Okay, ask him to do that, and ask if he can pull a card for JoJo's financial future. Okay, and then I want to see what comes up. And if you can send a picture to me on Messenger or something, I'll show it what the card is. But Logan is the son. She has a couple kids, and I have to then grab another deck. Okay, all right, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. See,
love it.
yeah. Oh, she's such a sweetheart. I met Mary Jane. We were doing a paranormal investigation. That's how I met her. But her son is so super gifted, so
Mhm.
super gifted. And yeah, he'll be a really good psychic reader, investigator. Someday he's gonna be,
Healer.
healer. Yeah, everything.
Ah, there you go.
One of those
I
all
I hate
around.
having people put into like having a title because there's so many different ways that you can be, so many
Mhm.
different things. You can be a psychic, a healer, a medium, blah blah da, 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 da. So for me, everybody, whether we're doing psychic mediumship, healing, uh, in paranormal investigation, you're always healing somebody or something, body, mind, or soul. So I say everybody's a healer. Just depends on how you see yourself as at that moment in time.
Yeah.
So everybody
So,
to me
Mama D,
is a healer.
explain Reiki. Reiki 1 and 2. You are a Reiki master.
Yeah.
So what was the process of getting there?
The process of getting there was reading, doing some meditation and symbols and signs, and getting my doing a little bit of journaling. Okay, I did it one time. But it basically for me it was just learning who I was and the gifts that I had, and being able to channel energies,
Mhm.
the energies that are in the universe that helps to heal people.
Jojo
Very
says that
nice.
would make me super happy, Logan, if you would pull a card for her, and she would love that. Okay, so yeah, she needs some guidance and some
Yeah,
help.
and if Logan happens to pull Thor's hammer for JoJo, I'm gonna use it on your head if you misbehave on Facebook again, or go anywhere that you're not supposed to go when we told you not to go anywhere. Okay, I had
Right.
my moment. I had my mom moment. Never mind Mama D. I had my mom moment.
Yeah, that's so funny. But so everyone in this room right here has special, unique gifts. Now, Pat, how did you discover your intuitive gifts and what you have to offer? Like, how was it that you discovered all of this? And how old were you?
Yes. Do you know what? I discovered that I was very intuitive. I didn't realize that I wasn't as intuitive as I was because as a child, I was very intuitive. And I remember my girlfriends would come and they would want to talk to me about their issues with their boyfriends. And they'll say, "Oh, I had an argument with Jim. I don't know if he's going to call me back. I think we're going to break up." And then I would just kind of tune in and I'm like, "No, you're not. He's going to call you tomorrow." And I would just say it like nothing,
Yeah,
right? I didn't really know what was happening at the time. And as I started getting older, I started becoming wiser. And I'm like, you know what? I think that I've been intuitive for a long time. And I took it for granted and I didn't realize it. took for granted and didn't realize it. And so now I'm really, I tune into my intuition all the time, every day, making
Right.
decisions.
Right.
I'm just that connected, and I'm really become aware of how is my higher self trying to communicate today? Is it through
And,
sound, or is
and
it something that I read, or
yeah,
uh,
and you did again say, like, demand my mind to be more aware.
pay attention, right? Demand my mind to pay attention.
Yeah, and see things that you might not have seen,
Mhm.
and demand it. I like the word that
Absolutely.
you used, that demand,
Mhm.
and I think that's awesome. And it's true, and I am like, I've been fighting it for many years, many years, and now I'm just at that point where, you know what, I'm just not. I'm all right. If it's gonna come, it's gonna come, and I'm just gonna let it, and that's it. I finally made up my mind, and it's like, okay, that's it. So because I always felt like I was abandoning how I've always worked, and it's not. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just an
just another
extension
tool in
of,
your toolbox.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. It's
Except
just
instead of you putting it in the toolbox, you are carrying you're carrying the tool chest
yeah. I
because
mean,
you are it.
I did, to a certain extent anyway. I mean,
Mm.
because we take people to, haunted locations, and if I would know an area to be bad, or bad something was there, I would lead certain people away. I know who can handle it and who can't,
Mhm.
who's protected, who's not. So I
Interesting.
will take them away, and you can even see it in someone who's protected and who's not,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, it's a good gift to have, and I have used it to, certain extents. But now I think I'm gonna open up to it a little bit more.
Mhm. And as women, it's part of who we are. That
Yeah.
sense of intuition, which is why um, we relied on that more and more as we grew our business and our profession. We would be we would make decisions that were always in our highest good. And so I teach that to women. It's like, okay, we're going to start tapping into
Yeah,
your intuition even more,
yeah,
and just trust yourself. And
And
yeah.
I think that's what a lot of us do is because we've been growing up, we've always been taught to dumb down, to keep ourselves quiet. We don't trust ourselves as much anymore because we were sort of hushed in so many ways. So it's time to, trust yourself, trust
Mhm.
ourselves. You because how many times have you been doing something and all of a sudden you get this like you get this little voice. People have different names for it. A little
Right.
voice in the back of your head, it's feeling in the pit of your stomach, and you
Yes.
just kind of like let it go. You don't listen to it. But now I think a lot of women are listening to themselves, are trusting themselves. Some people need a good shove off the edge of the cliff, but
I'm sending you a bunch of pictures that I want you to put up, because these are the cards.
she's got me going.
But it's true. I think even with what's happened with the coronavirus, we've become more aware.
Yeah,
We're connecting more, and just the message of go within. Oh, stay inside. Go within. You
Mm,
know,
yeah,
was a
exactly.
message like, oh, there's a deeper understanding of stay inside.
yes.
Right? Stay inside.
It's the way it. I believe, and I know there's a lot of people going to make it like, duh, you know. But I believe that this happened for a reason. I mean,
I
it's not a good reason because me, I'm the type of person who always finds the silver lining in every cloud,
Me too.
right? And it's
Jojo,
like, yes, dear, I'm going to look in a second.
Jojo, this card is amazing.
I believe that everything has a silver lining. No matter what happens in our lives, there's something good. As my look, example, the Earth. Everything is shutting down. People are shutting down. But the Earth, she's being able to. Mother Earth is being able to come back to life. There's,
Yes.
and I think the first thing I ever heard was the dolphins are coming back to the Venice canals. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's not a sign that we were doing something wrong. Was it Gina? You said that China or someplace had seen the sun for the first time in I don't know how many years.
Yeah, through the fog, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yep. It's,
Yeah,
but
it's
you know
true.
the turtles will live too because you know the turtles they are born away from the water, and their instincts are to follow the light to get to the water, which is the stars or the moon or whatnot. It's usually a nighttime trick, or you know, and they get to the water, but they're turned around and going towards you know all the lights of the city and such, so they don't make it to the water. But but now that these stars are able to be seen, the turtles are even thriving. So I am looking at these cards that Logan pulled. The one he pulled for me is know who you are, be what you know.
Mm,
Right?
I
Um,
love that.
it's pretty amazing. For JoJo, the card was to find yourself is to lose yourself. How
Oh,
how
beautiful.
important is that card? How
Mhm.
how impressively important is that card for you, JoJo? If Mama D can put them up because
I'm
does all
getting
that,
it. I'm getting it.
she does all that well, and I just kind of you know sit back and go let her do her thing. But you don't have to put
Awesome.
up my cards, that which is the first ones, just
That's sweet.
the JoJo one.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
you know, Logan, thank you. Perfect,
Nice. Yeah,
perfect
Thank you,
for the
Logan.
cards for me and for JoJo. You have no idea.
yeah.
Ah, look at this. Taryn, girl power, love it.
But yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Taryn. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, yes. It is all about girl power tonight. You know,
Hmm.
this book, Catherine's Quest, tells you how to harness it,
Yes.
how to get yourself centered and not lose the feminine
Hmm.
part.
Hmm.
It's just me. Don't worry. Ignore me.
Are we sharing?
No, I have to bring the hee-haw.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'll mute you.
There you
I'm muting her. I mute her until she's done.
go. Okay.
But that's okay. But Taryn, yes, that's what we're talking about. Like how Pat empowers women in their business and more in their life to find a life that they love. You know,
Yes.
and not have to be a man to do it. You know, you don't have to be rough and tough and go to their level. Stay on your level,
Ease and grace.
ease and grace, and
Ease
be
and grace.
heartfelt and heart
Hmm.
centered, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And you didn't even know that? Oh my goodness. Ah,
Yeah, we made an impact.
yeah, look at that. See? She's intuitive too. But that is what we're talking about. That's
Yeah.
exactly the subject tonight. Plus and she's so, you know, grounded and centered and intuitive and everything else. We're going to be pulling some cards shortly, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. All right.
Oh,
And we'll be pulling some cards for people.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
awesome.
So Jojo said I just got hired as manager at a barbecue restaurant today. As a manager. Way to
Yay.
start, you know, start
Good
in management.
for
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, and that's something completely different for you, you know? And you know, what's the can I unmute you? Hi.
I uploaded the pictures.
Okay, well, you want to show them?
Okay, fine. I just have to ask before I make you disappear.
Okay. All right, there's your card, Jojo. So
Oh,
that's his cards. They're pretty cool. To
they
find
are
yourself
pretty.
is to lose yourself. And then
Mhm.
she has he posted to what the meaning is in the book. Um, you know, I don't really go by a lot of these things, but there it is out there for you. Uh,
Beautiful picture.
let's see. It is. Zen teaches you the rate. Let's see. Separate person that we take ourselves is not our real nature. To know ourselves, we must cease to identify with the illusory separate self.
Okay,
I don't even
Gina.
think we need any of that because the whole thing is to lose yourself. That means just step out of your comfort zone. That means to do something completely
Hmm.
different. You know. Now we get you back. But I just think that was a fantastic card, and
Hmm.
I loved that card for her. It's perfect. Okay, hold on. What do we got
Oh,
here?
Taryn, you are.
I am so not intuitive. Yes, you are.
It's a muscle.
Well, because JoJo was on YouTube, that's why you can't see her comments.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mhm.
so you'll only see the Facebook comments. Sorry,
Ah,
but we see them all. 'Cause
We
we
see
just,
everything.
yeah,
ooh, yes, my dear.
look into my crystal ball, which is right. It's on the shelf over
I'm not
there.
gonna go there again.
I'm gonna get. I see y'all in my crystal ball. We, but yeah, it's cool. It is cool. But I totally lost what I was saying before, and I was going somewhere. I don't know.
That's because you unmuted me. See what happens? Can you let me talk?
I know. I I don't know what I was saying. I really don't. But it was a good thought. When I rewatch the video later, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's where I wanted to go with that. But
That's
right
what I
now,
was talking about.
I have that. Oh, he's pulling more cards here. I got a whole bunch of messages. You know what? I should have you send these Mary Jane to Mama D because she just
Sweet.
pulled a bunch of more cards. Another one for JoJo.
Is Mary Jane on my friends list?
I don't know. I would hope so. Four of Cups. So Four of Cups was pulled for JoJo. Temperance.
Temperance, isn't that like, slow your roll type of thing and hold your horses and don't rush into shit sometimes? Like leaving the country or leaving the
You,
state that you're in? You know I'm never going to give up on that one, right, Joe? Hmm?
you're transforming. Emotions play an important role, and don't let
Mhm.
them overwhelm you. Type card. So yeah, yeah, and it's a girl like going down a path. It's a really neat card. But all right, you know what? During when we take our break, I will send those over to Mama D, and then she can put those ones up again too and show
Yeah,
you. All right. So you
sweet.
are stepping outside your comfort zone. They're all working towards that same thing. The Four of Cups, same thing. Um,
Good
yeah.
for you.
Well, it's a very good little reading that you were just getting from Logan. What I'll do after JoJo is I will well she says she doesn't think you're well do this.
Okay.
What you
We're going to be, look, Mary Jane, we better be friends. Otherwise, Gina's going to kick both our butts.
yeah, yeah. Because get her done. Gotta be.
Oh,
What was that?
It was my cup.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, no, I made it. My cup drank.
No, okay. Yeah, it's getting warm in here. I gotta open my
uh-oh.
window.
Heat flash.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's all the cold medicine I've been taking. So it's been like,
See,
ugh.
having cold medicine.
Yeah, why is it that I'm the only one that gets this cold that lasts 20 years and everybody else gets rid of it in 3 days? Oh, that one was for Pat. The last one was for Pat.
Oh, what was the
Oh,
message?
the temperance one was for Pat? Oh, okay. I think it worked for both of them.
You know how
For
spirit
both of them.
works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, again, what I'll do is I will send those over to Mama during the break because I don't want to keep um, no more calling California. Yes, JoJo. Yay.
Mm.
That was a big, that's
Better
a,
not be,
I know what's
because
going
Thor's
on.
hammer's going to come down you. Okay, woman.
Right. Yeah. That's a
Okay.
very bad for you thing, situation.
Mary Jane just sent you a friend request.
Oh, that was what it was. That's what it was. The insanity of it all. What's the what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
There it is.
Oh, did we hear that one? Okay, he's only try that again. Mary Jane says he's only 8, and I love that he's interested. And you know what? I mean, it's great. I think it's fabulous that he's interested. But what I like about this, Mary Jane, is that you're allowing him
Mhm.
the ability,
The
the
opportunity.
time to feel, to do what he wants, to
He's he's
spread his
always
wings.
at it. You
Is
see
that
him.
that little munchkin face that I see on your Facebook page?
No, no, I don't think you've ever seen his face on my page. But he is just
Oh, I like that. He said he hasn't met her and thought it would be a good welcoming.
Oh,
Cute,
Oh.
cute.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat's just like, she's just like in. She's just one of the girls here, and she fits right in, and she's right at home, and she's an
yes.
awesome, awesome woman, and she is so talented and so gifted and just so genuine, just genuine. You can see it in her, you know. She's a genuine soul, and I love that about people, you know. Like, again, when you can connect with someone
Mhm.
or just you just like some, you know, you just like them, and you know that they have that likability factor, that calming, that soothing. Like you said, your gift. When your friends would come and talk to you about my boyfriend's breaking up. I do
Mhm.
that to poor Mama all the time. Everybody does that to Mama D too. she has
Just what?
that. She has that thing, but I just felt that immediately
Mhm.
coming to you.
Thank you.
I love it. Love it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you were talking to her with the little.
Yes. See, she's like,
When you
it's
shut
an
up.
A and B conversation. Can you see your way out of it? Oh, my,
Oh, that's too funny.
my husband used to say that when he and I were talking, and with kids would interrupt. Yeah, go squeeze that little fucker. Would interrupt. He'd be like, "This is an A and B conversation," and I never had a chance to use it. Yeehaw!
I never even heard that. That was
It's a,
great.
it's a Philly saying, I think.
That was great. But but getting back to this book, before we go on to real card reading that we will be doing for people, get your friends, gather them up. If they have some questions, we will be pulling cards. If you don't come in
Yeah.
and ask questions for us to pull cards for you, we'll pull cards for each other. You know, but
Yeah.
but Catherine's quest, what would be, um, hmm, what are your final words? Why would women actually need this in their lives? Why is it so important?
The reason that I think this book is so important is because it allows you to be resilient. And we all need to grow that muscle of
Mm-hmm.
becoming resilient and being able to see what's happening and be aware of the changes, and to know that you're always at choice as to what you do to do that pivot
Hmm.
that's in your highest good. And even happiness is a choice.
Yep.
Elation is a choice. And if we remember that we are always a choice in anything that happens, and that we believe, just like you believe, that whatever happens is always in our highest good,
Yep,
then we
Yeah.
don't see ourselves as a victim.
yep, yep. And again, she is giving away a free gift for our listeners. I would order the book though, okay?
Mhm.
But she is giving a free gift for you guys: the 7 self-care habits for the amazing woman at, excuse me, www.majesticcoachinggroup.com/self-care habits. Go do it. Go download it. Check it out. Read it. It's not an intense read. Not Nor is the book. The book is not that big. Okay, it's not a hefty read. But I'm telling you, these pages could change your life.
Mhm.
Or, if you
Thank you.
let it in and understand the concept, for
Yeah,
sure will.
for sure.
You know, amazing, just amazing, great information. All right, so we will take our mid break. We'll come back. We'll do some reading. So go gather your friends, bring them on board. Say, hey, they're gonna be pulling some cards, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be back in after a couple ads. Okay. The Fox Den is now proudly sponsored by Vortex Ghost Gear, one of the leading fabricators of paranormal equipment. Bob Christopher is the founder and creator of Vortex Ghost Gear. He has decades of investigating, starting with his team at NEPA, and as lead in the popular local TV show Ghost Detectives, he has experience of how spirits could be seen or heard. Using this knowledge, he has manufactured equipment for specific scenarios of spirit manifestation and communication. He is the only manufacturer of the popular lifelike trigger prop cats and dogs. Using proximity meters wired to lights and sound, these prove to be highly effective communication devices in the field of study. The HTO, another Vortex exclusive, allowing specific items to be the highlight or trigger of your investigation. For example, place the item on a metal tray or attach directly to any metal object such as keys or glasses that continue to go missing or moved. Ask the spirit to touch the item. The HTO will light. It has a sound option as well. This device was used in Travel Channel's Ghost Nation with great results. The Dome, a static detector, can be the most useful device in your gear bag. This is to back up the theory that the spirits manifest using static electricity. Using several, you can track a spirit, for example, walking down a hallway, setting off each as it passes. The geophone detects vibrations. This is another way to track movement. If a claim is footsteps in the hallway or stairwell, set the sensitivity and place the device in that area. Its band of lights will show a range of vibrations from the slightest tapping, lighting only a few lights, to the loudest thumping, lighting the entire range. The Easy Scan Ghost Boxes are very popular due to the ease of use. They are custom decorated to the individual or team using them. Bob programs and uses an Arduino-based computer scanning FM waves to potentially communicate with the spirit realm in real time. Every box is unique and all custom hand decorated by Gina Bankston. The V-Pod has a special place for those who love the idea of REM pods. Use this sleeker, smaller, easier to transport device. It is a must-have in your gear bag. Take your investigating to the next level with many of Vortex Ghost Gear's unique and custom creations by Bob Christopher. Visit www.vortexghostgear.com to view all the products and get your equipment today. You can also investigate with Bob and Gina with ghostly excursions, taking people to some of the most haunted locations in the USA. Visit www.ghostlyexcursions.com and join us on our next adventure. Hello everyone, I am Gina Bankston, proud host of the Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, airing every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch on my personal Facebook page and our YouTube channel, as well as our many growing Anchor FM venues such as Spotify, Apple Podcast, Spreaker, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and more as we grow. We are also doing occasional pop-up free mini reading shows and shows with special guests on other days and times. You never know when we're going to do a show. So go on over to the YouTube channel, The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, subscribe and hit that notification button to never miss a show. Why am I making this video? Well, quite simply because I make all my own show ads and bio videos for my guests, and many of you have asked if I can do this for you as well. Well, the answer is yes, and I'm calling this P Fox Advertising. I can make you a banner, picture ad, or a video ad for you, your products, services, or events. Treat your guest special with a bio video ad if you're like me and doing your own podcast. Or if you're going to be a guest on a podcast and you want your own special opening video using your own voice or mine. You can also run your ad on the Fox Den. I can create the ad, or we can run your pre-made ad. You can also be a sponsor of the Fox Den. If you choose to run your ad on the Fox Den, for the shows you book, the ads will be seen and heard live on YouTube and Facebook, as well as our Anchor FM venues. Prices vary for content, duration, type, lengths of time, and that's it. So what are you waiting for? Contact me, Gina B, at gbfoxinvestigates@gmail.com. There, and we're back. So, while we were waiting, I decided that, I'm going to be shuffling my cards, and I want to pull a card for JoJo. I'm doing the Moonology cards, okay? And this one is Take Time to Breathe Out.
Ha.
Take time to breathe out. So yeah, so don't fall into this slump. Don't fall in, same thing again, same thing over and over and over again. Just let it be. And that's a big thing. It's when you're stepping back and you're restarting things, that breathe in and that start from zero place is a pretty the basic place to be, the basic place to start. So that's a great card for you, Jojo, too, right there. So Kat has an amazing deck. Show your deck and tell the people about your deck.
So this particular deck is Sacred Rebels, and it is by Alana Fairchild. And I tell you what, she is an amazing artist. And there's usually a healing with each card.
Oh, fabulous.
So it gives you an awareness, and then it takes you through a healing exercise. They're fabulous. So someone's going to get an amazing healing today. So it's wonderful. The pictures are amazing.
Look at that. Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow, beautiful.
Her art is absolutely and totally amazing. It's
You'll
just
have to send me. Yeah, you'll have to send me the thing later for that, so I can order those. Those are awesome. Wow.
Yeah. Very, very artistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a new deck. I haven't them yet though. I have the Mythic Oracle card. But this is going to be a lot of kind of getting in tune with it and studying, because it goes through all the realms and all the mythical
Fun.
families and such realms, all the realms. Really neat. That and the rune stones, so I'm getting Nordic.
There you go. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fun.
But I'm not putting it out there yet. But so Jojo, do you have a question you want to ask Pat? Oh, he pulled and Logan pulled the 8 of Pentacles for Bob. Pentacles for me is always a working class cards. It's something physical, something working in order to get there. So Mary Jane, put the in here, if you can put like the nutshell, the cliff note version of what that means, what he thinks that means, and why he thinks he pulled that for Bob. That would be great. He doesn't know who Bob is. My honey. Bob is my baby. Bob's my boyfriend. Yeah, and he's a hard worker. He certainly is. He works a lot. He worked overtime today. So Pentacle card for him was actually really good. Hi, where'd you go?
I was trying to get work done, and I was distracted, and I was distracting just sitting there going like this. So
Jojo, do you have a question that you want to ask Pat, for Pat to pull one of those wonderful cards? Actually, you can pull one for me.
Okay.
For my little journey that I'm going to be taking.
So I love this card. This is Visions of Life Beyond Death.
Okay.
There's the sage, the peacock, the owl.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The raven. Okay, so let's take a look at what this has to say.
This is for Bob. You're on the path to success and there's great potential. Is the gist. Crystal that is associated is copper and chakra base.
Okay, so visions of life and death. Sacred vision is awakening within you. You are being blessed with the ability to truly to see what is real rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. What was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all.
Yep.
The vision of love, The truth of all that is can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you've been wondering about your life path or whatever, or whether you should take action on a project or you need inspiration to really move you out of a slump that you have fallen into, then this oracle brings you a message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with a way out of the stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently and more accurately. This oracle comes with the additional message that your ability to perceive is expanding into truth. Your abilities to be inspired and see the light in all things is unfolding. It must be nourished in your heart with loving acceptance because you are going to help others through your vision, your art, and how you choose to be in the world. And so there's a healing for you. And I will take you to the healing process.
Okay.
It says, okay, so say out loud, I now release any fear associated with seeing truth,
I now release any fear in the association with seeing the truth,
with seeing beyond the veil of illusion,
with seeing beyond the veil of illusion,
or with my inner vision opening up
or with my inner vision opening up
from my heart, mind, and body.
from my heart, my mind, and my body.
I release any wounding I have received in relation to what I have witnessed at any time.
What she said.
I release any wounding that I have released,
I release
I have received in relation
in relation
to what I have witnessed
to what I have witnessed. Okay, I got
at
it.
any time,
At any time.
especially where it is based in the fearful responses of others.
Where it's based on the
Mm.
fearful responses of
Uh,
others, and that's amazing.
I ask that my vision be restored to its fullness
I ask that my vision be restored to its fullness,
through compassion and unconditional love.
compassion and unconditional love.
So be it.
Amazing.
And the second part is close your eyes. Imagine love pouring down from the universe straight into your head, reaching behind your eyes and feeling really good. When you have had enough of this, simply open your eyes and imagine you can breathe or exhale any excess energy gently out through them. Then you have finished your healing process.
That's a powerful
Powerful, isn't
card
it?
and a powerful deck, and the affirmation that I need now to just do is, yeah. I was saying something so similar this morning, grounding,
Mhm.
and that's really really amazing. So Jojo wants to know if she will find real love. So the one that I pulled went for that, and then we're gonna pull one for Mary Jo, Mary Jane.
Yes, for sure.
Um, Mary Jane, though, do you have a question? Like anything, toward towards work, towards life, towards relationships, towards whatever. What direction do you want that to take? Jojo, the card that I pulled on you that says about your love is it's wishing you health and wholeness. So I think for you to be in love, because you do have some health issues going on, I think you need to work on yourself first. I think you do need to heal yourself both physically and emotionally and, mind, body, soul. So I wish you all the health in the world that you can be in a healthy relationship. And it will happen. It will happen. I don't have any doubts on that because you deserve it.
Mhm.
But don't rush it. Don't rush it. You rush. You rush. Everyone wants everything yesterday. And Debbie, yes, you can have a card too. If just give me a general idea of what where you want the cards to go. So Mama, you got something for JoJo's love life to add to the subject?
And this is where I stand for all cards on all drawings on love. Okay. And it's not just you, Jojo, but right now I'm going to focus on you. You know, I don't do drawing. I don't do cards on love. Will I find, is this person going to come back to my, until you have learned to love yourself 100%. Nobody, that 100% person could come right in front of you. You won't see them until you see yourself first.
Yeah.
That's what I have for JoJo. I'm sorry. That was a mama rant. You love me, girl. I love you, JoJo, but you gotta love yourself more. Stop worrying about who's coming into your life. You are in
Worry
your
about
life,
you.
and that's
Yeah, worry about you. For sure. And get healthy. Get that heart
okay. And Mary Jane wants a general.
general. Okay.
And Debbie, I'm trying to keep track of who's coming in.
All right,
I'm
Debbie
asking
is
for
looking for a yes or a no answer, so I'll pull a moon card for you because these are more definitive cards. Okay, a yes or a no to whatever it is that you're looking for. All right. Oh. Work through your fears. Okay, well, that's the card that I get. So if you work through your fears, then you will get the answer yourself. I would take it that way. What are you afraid of? What is it? Are you holding back? Is this what's holding you back? Your fears. So I don't have a yes or no, but you do.
And I love what with most people, 99.9% of the people, when you ask a question, you already have the answer in your head. That's one of the reasons why I don't go to shows to go, I cannot ask a specific question, because once I ask the question, then I know the answer in my own head, but I want somebody else's opinion. So generally, I just go for a general reading because I'm kind of like my own worst enemy, and it works. I'm going to go for Mary Jane, and I have no idea why this one. Usually my cards tell the answer to the question. Okay, here we go. It's disruption. Okay, they are, and I can't remember whose cards they are. I'll put them up later. It's disruption, and what I see is that for me, it's not more about the word, it's more about the picture. It's like you're splitting yourself into so many parts that you're forgetting the main and the most important part. What this whole show was about was focus on yourself. Focus. You have to learn. You better love me. You have to learn to love yourself, to focus on yourself, because for you to be there for your children, for you to be there for whoever else wants you in their life, you need to be 100% you. And this is what I see in this card, is you're taking yourself into too many sections. You're going into too many, there's too many branches on your tree right at this moment. You need to focus on the trunk.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Pat, do you want to pull a card for Mary Jane for general and home with the kids right now?
The one that I got is the legacy of light, which has the child, the adult, and then the sage. So let's see what's in store for her. Numbers.
She says thank you to you, Mama.
You're welcome, sweetheart. And thank you for accepting my friend request.
Yes. You are being asked to honor the legacy of light that is your sacred birthright. Take nourishment and support from those that have come before you. Your ancestral lines, not only in blood, but also in spirit. Perhaps these are the beings that have inspired and motivated you to live as a sacred rebel from your heart and with belief in yourself. It comes to you, this card comes to you when you need confirmation that a creative choice you are making or have made or soon will make is the one that is in alignment with your sacred purpose and spiritual path of healing and growth.
Now, what was that? What was the show the card again?
Legacy of light. So it's about all the ancestors, the ones that have come before you.
Yep, and I pulled this one for her, which is companion. This is all about guidance.
Mm.
And that coincides perfectly with with Pat
Yes.
and with
Yes.
Mama D said.
That's if you ever notice when you're in a reading show, when you have more than one reader of drawing cards or spiritually connecting, everything always combines. It always works together. They're always bouncing off each other.
Yeah, and even if they're opposite, it could be that it's a complicated issue.
Yes.
Hmm.
Because we've had that happen a few times. Mary Jane says, "Thank you so much. I've been wanting to get back to learning about healing, etc." And yes,
Oh, nice.
100% yes.
Yeah.
I would absolutely do that. So, would anybody else like a
Okay, we have Ashley who would like to
where's
anything
that?
on business insight. And if everybody, whoever I sent, draw a card for, except for Jojo, I didn't draw a card. I just drew on me.
Right.
Message me and I'll send you a picture. I just sent Mary Jane. I just sent you the picture of the card I just drew for you on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, all right. Because I'm like, I don't see Ashley in here.
I don't know why. Probably because I shared it on my page and I see it on my page.
Oh, and you can't put it up here?
I don't know why it's not. No, there it is. See at the top. Have any business insights for me, ladies?
So this is the card that I pulled for her. It's in the world, not of the world.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It is safe for you to become naked with life. This doesn't necessarily mean stripping off and running wild in public. It does mean stripping back your beliefs and your strongholds and mental or emotional security blankets so that you can live with less obstruction than ever before.
And that was for Ashley?
That's in regard to, yeah.
This is my card for Ashley and the Moonology cards. Time to take action.
Mm-hmm.
If don't think of giving up,
Right.
do your best to be happy. Avoid being brash. If you have to do a 12-month plan, then you got to do a 12-month plan. You know, just even if that's it, you know, like if you can't jump on the bandwagon and run along with everything at this moment, a plan is an action. That is a step. That is doing something. That's an action step, you know? So to make a plan, it's like a verb, right? You know, you're planning. So if it's a 12-month plan, a 6-month plan, 8-month plan, whatever it is, you know?
Mm.
But absolutely get it going. Get it
Mm-hmm.
going. You know what
Yeah.
you got a good little business.
She does. She does. Okay, Ash, I've got what I drew for you was the crown chakra. And because I know Ashley quite well, I know that both of your cards connect to her very well. So this one for me is, girl, you have so not only the crown in this respect, but in your knowledge. You doubt yourself so much. And I've been seeing it on Facebook. And this is what I want to reach out and smack you and eat all your cotton candy. But she makes cotton candy. She makes Tootsie Roll cotton candy. I just
Oh,
like
yummy. I've never had that.
exactly. You know, she does this. But yeah, exactly. Logan picked judgment for Ashley. Ashley's too hard on herself and she doubts herself too much. Get out of your own head and pay attention to what you have to say.
Yeah. But now Pat is our business guru for women here. Right?
Yeah.
This is what she does. She offers guidance. Trust yourself, you know. So there you go, Pat.
Absolutely.
You can do this. You got this.
Yeah. Ashley, I'll send you Logan's card. I got it. Mary Jane's now my friend.
Oh, good.
And yeah.
She's the one who can put it up there quicker than me because I have everything all set up here.
Well, it's going to take too much time to go. Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop,
I'm
boop.
like,
So I'll send it to you in Facebook.
yeah. But thank you, Logan. You are such a love.
Are you sure we can't have Logan on and do a show with him? He could just have his little.
I know, Mary Jane.
Come on, Mary Jane. Why do I keep singing that daggone song in my head when I hear your name?
Oh, she says, I am ready and open. Good. You know, hey,
better
why
be.
aren't we sharing stuff? We should share her stuff on our pages, you know? I'll make you an ad.
Yeah. She doesn't, as far as I know, she doesn't ship to the States, but everybody can order it and send it to me. I'll look like a beluga whale when I'm done, but what the
You
hell?
have to be able to ship. You have to be able to ship to the States. You got to do
Yeah,
it. You
no.
know what? You charge shipping.
I'll say non-COVID.
Mm-hmm. So many songs.
I'll think, because there's one song every time I see you in the thing, I keep hearing it in my head. So I'll have to find the song, send it to you, and you tell me. Yeah, I know you would love that. I know this would be fun.
It would be.
I'll find the song and I'll send it to you.
Oh, look at you would love that.
I'll YouTube it. Okay, I didn't get one for. Let me go take a picture of this one for Ashley.
He said to be on the Fox 10 would actually be cool. It would be way cool.
It would be way cool, and we could even do a special show where it's during the day, on a weekend, like a Saturday afternoon or something.
Yeah,
And
that was cool special.
So we don't have to worry about him going to bed too early or keeping him up too late, because we don't want his mom to get mad at us.
No, because then he can show his card. He can pull his card. You can see it in him. You know, this kid, he's just got it. He's got it.
That's good.
Amazing. Yeah.
And he's adorable. I saw his picture.
Well, he'll have to pull a card for me.
Yeah. He pulled temperance for you.
Oh, that's right. He did. He did. He did. He sure did.
Yep. And that was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm going to draw. Debbie, I don't know if you're still here, but I didn't get a chance to draw a card for you. And I didn't notice there's anybody else in the chat room. People, speak up. You don't have to have a question. You can just ask for a general card, a general reading, and we will draw.
I was just like, well, you know, I have my animal cards here. And I'm like, oh, let me just see what I can do for Pat here.
Yes, please.
Debbie was a yes, no.
Insect, right? Insect symbolism is feminine power, spirituality, and renewal. They are the most plentiful of beasts, consisting of more than 800,000 species. Their ability to metamorphosize and fly has led to frequent symbolic associations with the spirit world and spirit renewal. Oh,
love it.
So, does that not fit the perfect person?
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Debbie, I see you're still here. I'm just going to write it down, but send me a friend request or question me, and I'll send you the picture. Balance.
Oh, I love that.
So yes and no question, you have to balance your options. It's not, hey Trace, it's not all about one or the other. Mm-hmm. I always say, if you need to know the right answer, write down your options, write down a list of yeses and the reasons yes and the reasons no. And it will balance out. You'll find the answer that you need. But it's all about balance. You know, there we go. You can't see it so good. Just send me a message on Facebook and I'll send you the picture. Picture from friends. Hold on.
Yeah, so Lori wants some happiness for her. Hi, Tracy.
Hola, Miss Kavanaugh. This lady sends me a Snapchat every morning. Sometimes they're not so happy Snapchats, but she makes them happy. She had no power, and it was very cold up here in Quebec the other day. Mm. Do you know that we're getting like 12 to 15 there on Thursday?
Really? Oh my God.
Centimeters, not inches, centimeters. It's still a lot.
Oh. Okay. Well, for Lori, I just pulled this. The card is called Magic Fish. And what this is attention to intention. You got to make things happen. You got to focus and follow through on things. And that's what this card is all about. So again, you know, all these cards that I'm pulling for people are more like, you know, this yourself. This is something that you have to have in you to bring out, and that just says to stay focused on it. So if you want the happiness, you have to work for it, and stay focused on it, you know. Yeah, it's really neat. It's a cute card.
I like it.
Yeah, that's the fairy card. I like the fairy decks, but you know what, I'll pull more intention one, more blunt one. of the moonologies. Your commitment is being tested.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
yep. So again,
And we
it's,
have a full moon, right? So this
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
it's a
best time to really sit and manifest
yeah. And this is what this card is a
with detail.
quarter moon. Oh,
Oh,
there's her business. That's
That's
Ashley's.
her business card.
Love
That's Ashley's
Pauline.
business card. And you
that
get a
is too
card,
cute.
and
Pauline.
she punches holes for, or she punches stars for every time you buy thing.
Uh-huh.
And if you lose your card, she gives you a second one. Keep, but now I get a free one.
Ah, that's cool.
Oh, I'm gonna have just make me whatever you.
Oh, what a cool store.
Yeah, it's called it's in Quebec because it has to be French. It's cotton candy is called La Barbe à Papa, which means grandfather's beard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's the. That's what it's,
But more on this right now for Lori, where your commitment is being tested. The answer is yes, but not yet. You have to
Mm,
weigh through your goal. More effort is needed. Sometimes you need to realize how much you want something. So you got to recommit to something or someone. So I would say the recommitment part would be to recommit to yourself. Again, you can't be there for someone else until you can be there for yourself.
mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but yes, just not yet. But it's coming. It's coming. So that's a more definitive answer than the magic fish was. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense.
and Debbie's question was, I'm applying for something. Will it be in my favor or not? And so that was, for me, it was the balance. You have to weigh the odds.
Okay.
Okay, you said Lori, and Lori was a general question.
No, happiness for her.
Happiness.
Happiness for her.
She said thank you. Yeah, right here. So
Okay.
that's happiness for her. And
Tracy Kavanaugh. The snow. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
crazy snow on Thursday. Grr. Applying for something. Okay, so I will pull one, and
Ooh,
Pat,
I missed what you said, but I have a feeling this connects with yours. Okay, this says movement, choices, decisions. That's for Lori.
yeah,
That's for Lori, okay.
Yeah, you have to make the, you have, when we always, people say, oh, what, you just put it out there, it's going to happen. It's not just going to happen. You have to make the decision. You have to make the movement for what you want. So happiness, yeah, but you have to decide to be happy. I have a good friend, George. I don't know if we've had him on this show or not, but he's been on my show. And this is the man who will get up every morning and make the conscious choice. Today, I'm going to be happy. Today is going to be a good day. So every morning, when we get up in the morning, make a conscious choice of to what you want.
for Debbie, for applying for something. Will it be in my favor or not? I got the answers you need are coming, and there's a full moon in Gemini. So I think you're going to have some help from someone that you're very close to in order for it to happen. That's my general take on that right away. But let me see what it says about it. Don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you. Laugh at the situation, but just move on. Job applications have good prospects. Oh, so that's like direct answer. So okay.
Mm,
Job applications have good,
yeah, that's really good.
because it's a Gemini and it's two women up there. I think you're going to be getting help from a woman that's close to you on getting there. Tracy says she loves George.
Everybody loves George, including his wife. Did you see the one with the sexy legs the other day? She took a picture. George was sitting on a chair out in the front. They live in California, so it's like nice sunshine California weather. And he was doing something, or supposed to be doing something. He was sitting in a chair, and she took a picture of him over her shoulder. He was sound asleep, sitting up in a chair, but he was in shorts and flip flops. And all I had to say was sexy legs.
He's going for me. Okay, so inspiration. So this is the card that I pulled for Tracy. Inspiration,
Beautiful.
isn't it? Oh my God.
That reminds me of you, Mama D.
Oh, her hair's full of flowers.
Yeah. Butterfly.
An idea has captured your attention, or will do so very soon. It will be a grand vision or the vague sense of something that could be. You are being encouraged to accept the vision, the idea, or the inspiration as it is important to your creative and spiritual growth.
Creative and, my gosh, creative and spiritual growth. I pulled a frog card for you. I went to the animal deck for you. And the symbolism for frog is feminine energy, creation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The frog is a creature of the water and has been associated with a new life. In Egypt, frogs were placed on mummies to facilitate rebirth. The abundance of
Mm.
frogs at a time of the animal in the Nile flood was also associated with them. I don't know what this word is. Fecuntity. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what that is
I don't
either.
know what that word is.
Spell it again.
Fecundity. Fecundity.
Fecundity. Yeah, fecundity.
Right? So someone look up fecundity.
Yes, exactly. I want to
Trace
know.
is teaching. She'll figure it out.
Don't know what that is, but I just love that it's feminine energy and creation and against rebirth too.
Yeah.
So that, like, it goes along with,
With what I said. Yeah. Awesome.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, mine for Tracy is the waiting game. But here's the thing: is that you keep going round and round in circles, and because you're not focusing on what you need.
I didn't see Kathy come in before.
Okay, you need to focus on what you need, because in the what's it called, hourglass. In the hourglass, you're going to see it's a tree on the top and the roots below. You keep forgetting about what the root is. You keep forgetting about that. It's this part here is great, but your roots are solid. But you just have to accept it.
Nice.
Amazing. And Tracy, her son Logan, pulled the Lover's card for you.
And I will send that to you.
Which, it's not just about love, that's coupling. All right, so Kathy says, I have a couple of projects on the back burner. Should I start working on them again? Okay.
Okay.
I will do a moon card for you, Kathy. Kathy, my love. Okay, so projects. Well, I have a new romantic cycle begins. So I don't know what kind of project you might be working on, but
And I pulled one forward. It says, "Release the dark wound. Let love live."
so forget the projects. You're gonna be working on your love life.
Mhm.
That might be her project.
It could be. It could be. It says if we detach something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what it is not ready or willing to become, we intentionally sap it of its strength and kill it.
So a new romantic cycle begins. Feel more, think less. Marriage or engagement is in the cards. A legal matter will go your way. Pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about your appearances. So if any of that has anything to do with.
Here, and Kathy, I got for you victory and success.
Yay!
That's good. Awesome.
Thank you, Kathy, that you enjoyed our show last week. I hope you enjoy. Sure, your luck. I love it. I love it. And Tracy says, "Thank you, ladies." Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're totally welcome. So, Kathy, sorry, that's what the guys, me and Pat are in your love life, but Mama D says success. So, hey, trust your gut.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're passionate about working on those projects, then those are the projects you need to do. If you've been putting them on the back burner for a reason, there could be a reason why they're on a back burner,
Yep.
you know. So sounds like an adventure. Sounds like an adventure is on the way. Yeah. Hey, you can't shut yourself off to the possibilities. You know, pretty cool.
Everything in perfect timing.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm being told to tell you.
that's great. Oh, and Ashley says those nails, Mama.
Oh
I
yeah.
know they're
My,
Butterfly
gorgeous.
nails. Oh,
I got them
Oh my,
it because see, I'm all about butterflies. So I had my nail girl came up with monarchs.
monarch. Yeah,
Adorable.
monarch wings. Oh my God, they're
Yes.
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's been
So
a while since I missed my nails.
Me too.
and Kathy says Pat was also dead on. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Cool. 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 Cool.
Kathy, I believe we're friends on Facebook, so I sent you a picture of the card that I drew for you.
Nice. She's so good. She's so good like that. Mine.
I'm
Mine.
doing my best. I'm
I'd have to
doing my
watch the show again. To.
best. So busy. That's the thing. We're always so busy. Pat, I would love it if you would draw a card for me.
Alrighty, here we go. Mama D, what does she need to know today? This is Sacred Fool. 40. Let's see what it has to say.
Kathy says thank you, Mama D.
The fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention and tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what, even though I hate that saying, but it is what it
Yep.
is.
Yep. It's so true. Just like journaling, Mama. It is what it is. I pulled a card for you before the show.
I know.
Actually,
You actually pulled two cards for me.
yeah, yeah. But one of them was the the painting card, and it even looked
Yes.
like the paintings that you were doing. It's really amazing. Debbie says she hates that saying too, and she's laughing.
There's an interesting that's coming to tell you is if you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you're on the right course.
That sounds me. Sounds like me.
Mm.
It's awesome.
Kathy said she looked at that card and gave her chills. Beautiful card. The one that you sent
Mm-hmm.
her, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one I just sent her.
Awesome.
Nice.
Mama, I just pulled this one for you.
That's pretty.
Me hugging coffee. Okay, we'll make it tea. I've given up
Break.
coffee.
It's about appreciation. Taking time, sit back,
I did that today, but I did that with art.
Gratitude, all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Yep. Ah, Tracy's writing, "'Tis what it is." Just say about coffee break. Yeah, that's it. Break for appreciation and gratitude. Yeah.
So, Mama, do you need to pull one for me,
Count
please?
your blessings. Count your blessings, Mama.
That was her French accent, Tez.
Tis. Tis what it is.
Tell her students all about her bad typing.
Oh my God, Mama. You see this card? This is the card
Again?
that help you again.
Yes.
I said I'm going to pull an animal card.
You got to take a picture of that and send it to me.
Dual fertility.
For sure.
This George is here. It's a party.
George, we were talking about you.
Good,
George is here. Party's here.
All right.
Okay. Solar plexus.
Oh.
Nice.
So that you have to trust in yourself. And here's the thing. I know that you do, because as every time that Gina was pulling a card, not sure whether it was for you or for somebody else before, and you just sort of, you closed down, but you went into yourself and you were just like shaking your head in up and down saying, yes, you agreed with it, but it wasn't just you doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like a confirmation. For me, this is a confirmation that everything you're doing is right.
Awesome.
Take it.
Thank you.
Take it and run.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing.
George, do you want a card from us? You cheeky little bugger. You're the only boy in the room. It figures.
For a specific thing and a general thing, we'll all pull a card for you, George.
George's question should be, when's the next picture my wife's going to take of me and post on Facebook?
Yeah, I don't get my students involved, she says.
This is the one I pulled. The word wants to be written.
Oh.
Ooh, George. You best be writing something real soon.
All the butterflies coming out. Mm-hmm. Show that card again. So, there's like all those butterflies.
All those butterflies.
So Mama D is sending you all that wisdom through the butterflies for you to write a book.
George, what is it like to be George? I know. Makes you want to go shopping again.
George.
Here we go. You might have taught.
Step out of your comfort zone.
Just a brief description. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult that you must reach high and low for it. Yet what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It's more about allowing space for it to manifest and to let the energy flow.
That describes George to a T.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he just pop in, or is he still here?
He might be popping around every so often, but I'll make him go back and listen to the show. Excuse me.
That's
Pat, if you could send me a picture of that card, because we're friends on Facebook.
Yes, we are.
She made the mistake of accepting my friend request.
Warning.
Added me to the group.
Danger warning. I'm sorry.
Mama D danger. Mama D danger.
So George, though, this step out of your comfort zone, feels like a destiny. Stop obsessing over someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet, because you got this.
Oh.
George, stop obsessing about me, baby. Mama G's gonna kick your butt. Okay. Okay, that's a little joke. I did a show with George a while back, and it was all about laughter. And for Halloween, God forbid, Halloween he dressed up as me. He was Mama G, and he had this red wig with butterflies in it. And every time his phone rang, fake phone, he picked it up and he answered it like it was a sex line.
I just pulled an animal card for him. It's the owl, and it says symbolism: sexual energy, darkness, liberation. The owl's nocturnal bird is strongly associated with the moon and feminine energy. Lilith, the goddess of the Talmud and early Christian Gnosticism, is frequently represented as the owl. She was Adam's first wife before Eve. She is known for having refused to assume a subordinate role in marriage, although she has traditionally been associated with dark sexual energy. She is a powerful and liberating feminine symbol.
Mm-hmm. And the card I drew for George, love begins. George, it's all about love for you tonight.
You feeling it, baby?
Like Tracy says, he's obsessing over me. Don't forget, next month, people, George and I will be doing another show.
Great.
Ooh,
They're doing
It'll be
their
fun.
one
Once a
a
month.
now. Yeah, very cool. And hopefully I'll be doing another one with Tiffany sometime soon. We getting they're going into the comedy. We're going into the hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore people.
Mm.
Oh, please excuse me. All my medicines are wearing off, and now I am starting
you
to
can feel it.
lose.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose. Like
Mhm,
everything is starting to clog up in here. Everything is starting
mhm.
to get all scratchy in here. Hi, Anthony. Oh my God, how
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
life? How is Deanna? Is she okay?
Mm.
I hope everything is good, and I hope, continued success in her health. It's getting better and better and better. Would you like us to pull a card for you or for her, Anthony? Because we absolutely will, whether you want it for health, wealth, wellness, general,
General.
whatever. I would love to.
George got all the sex cards. So we're doing-
All sick stuff. Uh,
So we're out of sex now.
we're
yeah.
all out. Yeah,
We're
sorry.
sexless now.
It's
We're
yeah.
sexless now.
You're right. She fit
Oh
right
my
in.
God, no! No, look at this is she's doing good.
Good.
And this is what I did, wishing you health.
Nice.
Right? And that's wholeness, health and wholeness. Again, I pulled this one for Jojo earlier, and this is the
Yep.
one that came out. So awesome, awesome, awesome.
This is the one I got is inspiration.
Beautiful. See, and that's the second time that card's come up.
It's come out twice, yes.
Yeah,
It
yep.
says the bee is bringing you healing medicine wisdom from nature to aid the message of the oracle of inspiration. The bee is a powerful spirit totem. Bees are able to fly with wings that are significantly small in proportion to their heavier bodies. Your idea, even though it seems like a big, substantial plan that may be difficult to get off the ground and up and running, can succeed.
Very nice.
Ooh, nice.
Mine for Anthony and his
D.
better half. Partnerships and alliances. But what's great about this is that there's the hands are clasping each other.
I'm
Mhm.
telling you, what a powerful couple they are. And she was so sick for so long and in the hospital and with COVID, and he couldn't go in there and see her, and it
That's
was
hard.
really
Oh,
trying. And he's a very spiritual man,
mm.
very, very, in commune with spirit and everything. And it was just the saddest thing. But what a great couple, so full of love, so connected. It's like that's what people aspire to have, is the relationship that they have.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, Scott. The
Bravo.
sex was all for George, and now we're out. Okay, and done. We're done.
Tracy says, "Can I have another on love, Mama? You're
Tracy, you know what I say about love cards. I won't draw a card on love. And the
Ah,
thing is, I know you love yourself, but you need to love yourself more. If you sit there and start to wonder about why, who, what, when, where, why, and they go, get here, then no,
I'm gonna pull one of
I love you.
Firefox,
Not enough.
my Firefox cards. I haven't
There we
pulled
go.
any of these. I haven't even pulled these cards out tonight for you,
Scott, if you would like a card
for
drawn for
your
you as
love.
well.
Oh, then, and Debbie says she wants another one for money.
this is the one I got for Tracy. It is diving for light.
Huh?
Unusual.
I got
How
me.
brave you are.
Oh,
You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly and in that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart can attempt. You may not feel like you may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from a deep within your soul. Your immersed soul has evoked the situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juice.
wow. And look at, so show your card again. Because look how similar in color and in tone these cards are. So mine is Make a Wish. Right? And Make a Wish is imagine what you want, dare to dream it, make your own destiny, make your wish.
Mm.
So again, you're gonna be the one every time it's a love card. It's you're the one that's gonna be doing it, and you got to do the work. to get there. So who, all right, someone was asking about money. Here we go. Debbie's.
Debbie.
And she has have another for money. All right, now I'll do another box card. Willing entanglement. Willing entanglement. This is the card. Oh, willing entanglement. And she began out with the full moon.
Nice.
Oh, what's there? So much going on in this. There's dream catchers. She's all tied up. She's really bound in this tree right here. So I don't know what kind of financial obligations you have going on that's keeping you all bound up right now, but promises can bind or restrict us. Yet we give our word to try to honor. All right. So you're fighting to keep your word. You're fighting to keep true to what you're doing in yourself. And you're doing this willingly. So if you want it to change, then you're going to have to break old habits and you're going to have to do it yourself because you're just tangled up. You're in a tangled mess, so you have to physically get yourself out of it. I don't know if that helps you at all, but it just looks like you're in a mess of your own doing and stop doing what you've been doing to keep you there. You need to change it and do something completely different to get rid of it. But there's dream catchers and everything in here too. So it's like, so ask your guides at night, point you in the right direction, and hopefully you'll wake up with the right answer in the right direction. See the dream catchers up the side, hanging off the tree, where she's all bound in that tree. I mean, she's really bound. Her feet are bound. Everything is bound. Her arms are not though. So you still have your able, So I think that's pretty powerful. Oh my God.
Pat, did you have one?
Yes, it's called After the Storm. There is a thunderstorm about. It is either headed your way or just passing through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than it is, though. You don't have to fear it. You may even feel excitement about it. After all, the thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With a release of tension, relief, and freedom soon follow, often with a new perspective and perhaps the gift of a promising, hopeful vision for your future.
See? It's a promise. Get that binding off of you. Rip all that stuff away. See,
yes.
The cards are working really well.
Yep.
I think. So, Mama, what do you got?
Well, here's the thing. I drew the card with the question in mind, and the card I drew was not for the question because I'm not getting it for the question. I'm getting, you have no choice, George. It doesn't deal with this question, but it's something that you need to have. It's deception and envy. Is it envy? Yeah, deception and envy. Somebody close to you is going to be removing their mask, or you're going to see through their mask. There's something going on that's not what it seems.
Yeah, it goes along with it. It does, because it's what you've been doing is not working. You need to change it up, whether it's outside source or your own source, but something is binding you up. So if it's deception and envy and outside source, ask, in your dreams, ask for those answers, see if you get them, find out who it is, but ask the right questions. You'll get the right answers yourself.
Okay, last one will be Scott Irwin, and he wants it on health. And George, if you've just been lurking around, go back. Yeah, it's all about sex and love for you. Get your ass over there. After you were done, we were done with the sex. There ain't no more sex. Okay. Scott. Health card for Scott.
All right. I'm doing a moonology card for Scott.
The one that I picked for him is Conscious Connections. There is a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship if you are willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you.
Hmm. Show that card again.
Conscious consciousness.
That is amazing. So I pulled for Scott that
Conscious connections.
adjustments are required. All right.
Oh,
So you may be out of balance. Time to hatch a whole new plan. Something new and exciting around the corner. Trust may be required to move forward.
Mm.
So I don't know what that has to do with health, but I don't know. Maybe you got to trust your doctor. I don't know. I don't know what it has to do with.
We don't always get the questions we want answered. We get what's necessary. And
yeah,
here's the
that's true.
thing, which is a rarity in my cards, that I got a card pulled again, and it is partnerships and alliances.
Wow.
Work
And
on
mine,
them.
yeah, and mine was conscious connections.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you have connections to work on. You have things to work on.
Yep. Gotta balance.
Tracy, for you, my darling,
Ready.
I will pull you a card. Last one. Okay.
For who?
And then we got to go because Gina's starting to gurgle and sound hoarse. All right.
Who we pulling last one for?
Mine, no, you guys pulled for Tracy
Oh.
on love.
Oh, okay.
And I said I
You're
don't
done.
pull, but I will draw one for her. Didn't I pull this one before on you? The waiting game.
Yes, you pulled that.
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
Scott says,
See,
"Wow, thank you, ladies.
you're
You're
wonderful.
afraid to
welcome.
go back? Oh no, you have to go back, George.
You have to go back, darling.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a waiting game. It's to me again. It's answering. It's just confirming what I do. You have to wait for whoever's going to come into your life because you need to focus on Tracy. Tracy's an amazing woman. She doesn't need. She's got enough people in her life. And besides, I said, isn't my love enough for you? There you go. No, but you will get that person when the time is right. When you stop worrying, here's the thing. This is my belief. When we stop worrying about the what ifs and who's coming into our lives, that person will come into your life. The person might already be in your life, but you're so focused on that you need to focus on me here.
Mhm.
You do that most of the time. But as I said, most of the time. But you also, as I say, stretch yourself out thin. Your kids, your class kids, and your home family kids, and the what ifs and the focus on the Tracy. Okay,
Amen. She's preaching.
there you go.
But I do hope you all enjoyed this tonight. I think it was fun. You know,
Yes.
Mama D and I like to do these, mini pop-up reading shows, and now we had the amazing Pat Alva-Kraker with us to do it, and oh, she is such a love. I would have you come back on anytime you want to come and
I'd love to.
do this work with
Absolutely.
us. But I am going to show again because we are here for Pat and her book. Okay. And she is giving our listeners a free gift. You go to
There we go.
www.majesticcoachinggroup.com backslash self care habits. So there are 7 self care habits for the amazing woman there. The book, Catherine's Quest, is amazing, so centered, so needed. Many, many, many aha moments. Not a
Mhm.
heavy read, but heavy in its powerful message.
Yeah, transformational.
Very,
Yeah.
It's a
very, very
transformational book. Mhm.
super, super, super great book. So
George, not too long after when you popped in before, so just go shortly after that. After we all said, "Hey, George."
yeah, you popped in, we read, and you see you got to stick around. You never know what's going to happen in the book.
That's
George
right.
is another one who spreads himself so thin. There's so many shows going on
Sprinkles,
tonight.
sprinkles. If he wants to
He's
come
like,
in the
yeah,
show,
he
we
is.
have to give him donuts with sprinkles and green M&Ms and what round ice cubes, and he's so demanding.
He is. But I love him. What can I say?
But let me go back over here. Find it. There it is. Okay. All right. So we will not have a show on Thursday. So we are taking the Thursday off. This, tonight's show is in place of the Thursday show because Pat could not be with us on Thursday. So, we do this. We bend for good people.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
And besides, we all gonna act like fools on Thursday. It's April 1st. Hello.
Woo!
It is. It is.
Yes.
So, but, for those of you that are celebrating Easter, that is this coming weekend.
Mhm.
So, I hope you all have a good time.
Happy Easter.
Your
If you have
family
too many
good.
chocolates, bring them over here. We're good.
If you can see your family good. I don't know if I'll be able to go up and see mine because, again, still not feeling well and it's a long trek. So don't think I'll be able to make it. But, hopefully we'll video chat. And that's if that's the way you have to connect with people, then do it.
Exactly.
Just as long as you do connect. And that is that. So we will see you then the following week. I think
2
on
weeks, people.
Thursday. Yeah. So I
I'll be
believe on
good.
Thursday. Oh yes, do unto earth. Yes, we're gonna have another very cool show. Okay, so ciao for now. Share the show. If you have questions more about the readings that you did get tonight, or want to see the cards and tell me what the card is, we can maybe send you in Messenger what it was and blah blah blah. But thank you very much for joining us. We love you. Hang with us, Pat, for a moment. Thank you again for joining us for another episode in the Fox Den. We're here every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you a variety of guests, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and our Anchor venues. We would love it if you would go to our YouTube channel, The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, and please subscribe, share, and definitely hit the notification button to never miss a show. We'll see you all next week, and subscribers, watch for our pop-up shows as well.